Hey guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. In today's video, I want to talk about what are the best ways to farm some of the best artifacts that you can get in the game to increase your damage output for any of the heroes that you're playing. Now, the smartest thing you should do is open up your map right now. This is limited to your adventure rank, so the higher your adventure rank, the better the gear that you will be getting, as I'm sure you probably already know. So the first thing you should do on your map is click this little button at the bottom left that says domains only, and this will change it to literally domains only, and you can now see all the different domains on your map. You can see the certain ones that say artifacts are the ones that you're going to be getting artifacts from now, but it's very specific because each domain offers a different type of artifacts, especially in terms of artifact sets. So for quite a while, I didn't really understand what these things over here actually were until I realized these are possible sets that you can get of items. In this instance here, you see this one thing over here. It means that there is a chance that one of these 5 items, this whole set is of obviously 5 items because you can have 5 artifacts equipped. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This one you can see has a 2-piece set of attack plus 18% and a 4-piece set of increased charged attack crit rate by 30%. So all you have to do is equip 4 of these items to get both of these effects, or just 2 of them to get the first effect. Now, generally, what you're going to want to do is look at all of the domains and see what they offer. For an Electro type hero, I would honestly look at this domain right over here by Star Snatch Cliff at the Midsummer Courtyard, because it offers stuff like this. These Electro damage bonus by 15% and also increases the damage caused by Overloaded, Electro Charged, and Super Conduit by 40%. Triggering such effects decreases the Elemental skill down cooldown by 1 second, which is pretty good. So if you're in a massive group fight, you're honestly going to have your abilities available super quickly all the time. And this is the domain that you can farm for these items. You can see there's another type over here with Electro Resistance increased by 40%, as well as increased damage against enemies affected by Electro by 35%. I don't think this is the best thing here, maybe for a tanky kind of build for this first part, but honestly, you'll notice as you get to Adventure Rank 40, which I currently have not, I'm still trying to gun down for 35, at Adventure Rank 40, you're able to actually start getting 5-star artifacts, which are really pretty much the same as the earlier ones in terms of effects. But I'm hoping the damage or the actual effects that you get on the 5-star thing are a lot better than the 4-star one. The 4-star one they kind of have the same effects, so it kind of doesn't really shout a major difference to me. So I just hope the 5-star ones are actually stronger in terms of what kind of stats they have on them, which I'm sure they are, because that's how the difference is between 3-star and 4-star. 4-star items are way better than 3-star items in terms of what stats you get on them. So once you get Adventure Rank 40, obviously start farming these. So this one was majorly Electro focused, but there are different ones across the world. You can see there is one right over here. This one seems to be focused on some wind. So we have Anemo damage as well as increases swirl damage. So if you are doing a wind hero, this is probably a good thing to look at here for increasing your base or your elemental damage for your wind hero. I'm going to be showing you one of the domains that does really well for actual general damage, which I'm actually looking at for my Kuching in a bit. This one here is great for healing, so if you're using Barbara, I would honestly recommend using the Maiden Beloved kind of set, the Maiden set over here, because it increases your healing effectiveness by 50%, and also every time you're using an elemental skill, because when you're using an elemental skill or burst, you increase the healing received by all party members by 20% for 10 seconds. So if you're going for a healer build, this is probably fantastic for that. We also have one here that goes all out on your elemental resistance. So this is probably one that we're going to really use for a tanky type of hero. Especially maybe that first part seems really good for a tank. At the Hidden Palace of Zoe Formula, we have the fire artifacts over here. So the first one here is pyro damage increased by 15%, and obviously all of the fire things that you can get, status effects over there, have also been increased with the 4-piece set of the Witch's Crimson Witch kind of set here. It's basically the Witch set. And then we have one that is for pyro resistance increased by 40%. So if you're going up against a pyro boss, it's probably really good to have a 2 set of this. So if you're playing really that specifically, maybe in the Abyss, something like this would be really useful to try get onto those higher floors. I haven't really focused the Abyss myself, but I assume that other people would be using stuff like this. You can see this is definitely for a tankier base defense. You can see all the artifact domains do have a build for attack and a build for defense. This 4-piece set is actually quite good because it increases the elemental resistance by 30% for each element present in the party. So if you have 4 different types of elements in your party, you can increase your elemental resistance by up to, I would assume, 120%, which seems a little bit broken. This definitely one of the better kind of defensive artifact sets that I can see in the game so far. And the final one here increases your normal attack and charged attack damage by 15%, and also after using elemental skills, you increase your charged attack and normal attack by 25% for 8 seconds. So this is quite a decent straight up attacking kind of artifact set here. I'd probably think of using this for my Zhongling, who I barely really use for anything else other than just to get that pyro kind of elemental status effect on some of the enemies that I go against. This is not the best set that you can get in the game for increasing your normal or charged attack, by the way. I'm going to show you that one in a jiffy. All the way down at the bottom of the map, we have the domain of Guyon. And this one here is definitely for your Geo. You can see you can gain a 15% Geo damage bonus and obviously a buff to your elemental reactions with Geo. And then we obviously have a tank build as well here for the artifact set, increases the shield strength by 35%. And while protected by a shield, it gains an additional 40% of normal and charged attack damage. That's actually, so for someone like Noelle who actually uses a shield with her first elemental ability, she'll actually be able to increase her shield strength by 35%, so it means it will be 35% stronger, so she can take damage for a little bit longer. And while she's protected by a shield with a 4-piece set bonus here, she can gain an additional 40% normal and charged attack damage, which is probably really good for someone like Noelle to actually do damage, especially if you're playing her as a tank. The final set here is basic attack increase and damage by 30% against enemies with more than 50% health. I really think this one is a waste of time. And the final one, the best one in the entire game in my opinion, is all the way in the left here by Mount Aozang, where your crystal farm is over there. So we're going to go to the Clear Pool and Mountain Cavern, and this one has some really good stuff, dude. It has some really, really good stuff. You can see you can only unlock it first at Adventure Rank 35. So the first starting item here is one of my favorites in the game. It increases your physical damage by 25%, which is actually really good for any hero. And also, after defeating an opponent, increases your charged attack damage by 50%. So that's holding down your button. I'm just thinking of Kuching doing her like holding down button and swinging, and she literally gets 50% extra damage and reduces its stamina cost to 0 for 10 seconds, meaning you can spam her attack without any restraints for 10 seconds. The damage you can output with this thing is going to be nuts. If you can actually get like some crit effects on the actual artifact sets, this Bloodstained Chivalry set will literally be the best thing for any of your melee damaging heroes. And I'm actually dying to get to Adventure Rank 35 so I can equip a full set of this, or at least obviously the 4-piece set, so that I can get both of these bonuses, because this second piece bonus here, or the 4 set piece bonus, is actually coupled with the right effects on the actual artifacts. This can be the most broken build that you can build on an artifact set for any of your heroes who are melee in the game. The second set here is the Elemental Burst damage, so this is your elemental attacks. Also, using the Elemental Burst increases all party members' attack by 20% for 12 seconds. I don't really like this one. It's okay. It doesn't really have a like wow, that's crazy kind of thing. Maybe if you're trying to attack enemies with a certain element and you wanted to do way better, this probably would affect you more in that kind of case, but honestly, for everything else, it just seems worthless to me. The third one here increases your elemental skill damage by 20%. So if you have some skills that really do a lot of damage, you can increase that by 20%. And also, defeating an enemy has a 100% chance to remove the elemental skill cooldown, and can only recur once every 15 seconds. So it means you can use your abilities more often. So know if this would work maybe for a healer, because it says skill damage. Like maybe like Barber could use this, because 100% chance to have a heal every 15 seconds instead of every 30 seconds. This does, however, account for the fact that you have to kill an enemy though. So I don't really know how to use this one. I don't know how to use this one. And the last one here is energy recharge by 20%. So this is pretty good for a healer. Now this is something you would drop on a healer. The 4-piece set works by when you gain energy, it gives 3 energy to all party members who have a bow or a catalyst equipped, and can only occur once every 3 seconds. So it kind of just helps your team have energy more regularly. I honestly see this really good for a healer, but only that 2-piece set. I don't really like this 4-piece set as much. Maybe for a tank, but honestly, doesn't really buff a tank either. You can get a lot better 4-piece set bonuses from some of the other artifact sets. But the energy recharge coupled with something like elemental kind of synergy or something where it increases your amount of healing, this could be good for a healer. So like healing increase plus energy recharge increase is pretty damn good. So imagine you're going to be doing healing a lot more frequently. And those are all the artifact domains in the world of Teyvat. So honestly, take your pick wisely. You should be farming the ones that you need the most. Honestly, once you get to 35, once I get through 35, I'm going to run down for this set right over here, the Bloodstained Chivalry set, because it is absolutely insane. Like, I can't wait to make a video having a full set of this with Kuching fully upgraded, doing massive amounts of damage with that charged attack. Holy crap. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions or want to leave a comment down below, I do reply to every single one that you could possibly leave. So do that and test me out, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Thank you so much for watching.